All right, everybody, welcome back to another Xvault gaming video. Xvault here, and it is towards the end of the month, so you probably know what that means. Well, we get a good look at what our next month's free games are going to be, not only for PlayStation, but for Xbox as well. So let's go ahead and get into what those games are. Are they good, bad? We'll find out real shortly. So let's go ahead and jump to it. Alright, so with the first off here, we do have the Xbox games with gold for the month of February 2021 here. And we do have 4 games to take part of here. So it starts off pretty strong here. If you haven't already played it on Game Pass, it has been on there. I think it's still there. I could be wrong there, but I think so. But Gears 5. So with Gears 5, experience the celebrated campaign and multiplayer, now fully optimized for Xbox Series X and S, with all-out war descending Kate Diaz, Kate Diaz breaks away to uncover her connection to the enemy and discovers the true danger to Sarah herself. Apologize for that because it's been a long day already. However, so yeah, you get the Gears 5. I think that's a good get. So nothing wrong with that there. Good find. So next on the list, they do have Resident Evil, the remake, the original remake. It's the game that defined the genre. In this remastered version, join the Special Forces team's stars and investigate a mysterious mansion on the outskirts of Raccoon City. Stay alert because supplies are scarce and the living dead are all around. So if you haven't had a chance to check that out, it is a very good remake, especially if you're a fan of the old school Resident Evil series where it has fixed camera angles and all that. You're going to enjoy this. So not a bad get. I believe this has been possibly in Game Pass before, if not already. I think it was a PS Plus free game at one point as well. But still a good game. I never heard of this one coming up. It's called Dandara Trials of Fear Edition. Discover secrets, dangers, and an array of unique characters in the world of Salt. In this Metroidvania-style platformer, it is 8-bit, I believe, or 16-bit, a heroine arises out of the aether of fear to help a world on the brink of collapse. Featuring stunning handcrafted pixel art and original soundtrack compositions that bring a visual and auditory wonderland to life. So for those old school retro gamers, this might be up your alley, so keep an eye out for that. But that's game number 3. So we have actually 2 more. So this was a total of 5 games. I apologize. The next one is an original Xbox game, Indiana Jones and the Emperor's Tomb. Did you play that? I never did. It's time to put on your fedora and help Indy recover one of the best powerful artifacts known to man. In epic, globe-spanning fashion, take on Nazis and the Asian underworld to track down the mysterious heart of the dragon before it falls into hostile hands. So yeah, if you were a fan of that, there you go, I guess. And then we have to top it out the Xbox 360 game, which is Lost Planet 2. So stating, after 10 years removed from the original title, return to the troubled planet torn apart from the ongoing battle for thermal energy. Play 4-player co-op and customize your character with an arsenal of weapons and vehicles to pilot. So topping it out with the Xbox 360 game. I'm not sure if the online servers are still going or if it's just local, offline, or whatever the case is. But yeah, 5 games, a couple of them pretty old, and a couple of them pretty new, and then a brand new one pretty much, Gears 5. So not a bad month for games with gold. It has been much worse with games with gold in the past, but not a bad selection. But it might fail in comparison to what's coming up, maybe, depending on your likes and preferences and all that. But we'll get on over to that. But yeah, so if you have the games with gold, those are going to be your games there. So not a bad pick, I don't think. But anyway, so we'll swip on over to the PlayStation side of things. So for the PlayStation side of things, well, before we get into that, I do want to let you know, an odd thing that I do find with the games with gold is those games do drop in certain orders, and are only available for certain weeks. So like 2 weeks at a time, then it switches out, or a week and a half, and then it switches out for the other game. So just be aware of that. I'm sure you are if you are usually tethered to that ecosystem. You are aware of that, but that is kind of odd still in my book. Just have it for the full month, but regardless of that, that's how it is. So anyways, getting over to the PlayStation Plus side of things, we do have some good finds here. In fact, I think this is a very strong month. I'm very happy with this. Kind of was jumping out of my chair earlier today once I found out. But first and foremost, we do get the Control Ultimate Edition version of the game. So there's been some controversy with Control because this game, with the upgrade to PS5, Remedy made you buy this game again, have to purchase it again for the upgrade. Otherwise, the PS4 version or the previous gen version does not work with the new gen. This is the same for the Xbox side of things. They put a lock on it, so you have to buy the Ultimate Edition. However, this is the Ultimate Edition. If you're a PS Plus member, which I'm assuming you are, if you're in that ecosystem, you're going to get this game for free. So what's pretty awesome about this is it's going to have specialized haptic feedback sensors for this and take advantage of a lot of those specs and everything else as well. But as a synopsis, you get to master supernatural abilities and wield a shape-shifting sidearm in this third-person action adventure from Remedy Entertainment, makers of Max Payne and Alan Wake, or developers of. Take on the role of Jesse Faden, director of the Federal Bureau of Control, whose New York headquarters are breached by an ominous enemy. Despite outward appearances, the skyscraper's interior is vast and ever-shifting. You'll need to explore and weaponize this unpredictable environment to clean house and repel the invaders. The Ultimate Edition does include the base game, as well as the Foundation and the Alan Wake Universe, or AWE expansions. And on the PS5 console, use the controller's Game Help feature for hints and walkthroughs to help you solve puzzles and overcome challenges as you explore the oldest house. So that's really cool too. I love the tips and hints features on the PlayStation 5. Super handy, especially if you're trophy hunting or something like that, or you just want to unlock everything. I've been utilizing that on some other games as well, such as Sackboy: A Big Adventure, and I'll be going back through that, seeing how easy it is to plat or not. But that is such an awesome feature, the hint, tips and tricks, little cards that come down. It's in real time. I'll have to show you how that works if you are unaware of that in a later video. But number 2, we do have the game Concrete Genie. Now, I'm really excited for this because I almost hit purchase so many times for this game, I just didn't. It's been as low as you're aware if you've seen some of the previous videos, down to $9.99 at some point, but it always shoots back up to $19.99 or $29.99. But this is a really solid game. This is been highly revered and reviewed. It's not the longest game ever, but it is a great game. It is PSVR, PlayStation VR compatible as well. Just a really good game, so I cannot wait to get my hands on this one as well. So the synopsis being, pick up a magic paintbrush and return to the polluted town of Denska, to its former bright and bustling seaside self in this touching and multi-award winning action adventure. Cleanse streets and alleyways, then using your living paint to create mischievous genies whose magical powers will aid you in overcoming puzzles and seeing off bullies who pursue you. The game also includes 2 additional modes built especially for PSVR to let you further unleash your creativity. Really cool. So very excited there. And then on top of that here, we do have the main one, which we've known about. I've mentioned this also in my previous videos that it was coming in February. So this is your 3rd game, Destruction All-Star. So think of it as a offshoot of Twisted Metal, just something totally different, but a car combat vehicular one. That's the closest one that I can think of, aside from maybe like Vigilante 8, if anybody remembers that. So this they did release a 7-minute state of play today dedicated to this game, kind of going in more detail what you can do with the modes, some of the abilities and stuff, and honestly it looks really good. I'm excited for that, and just to seeing what it comes out to be. So I've been looking for this type of a game for a while because I always have that Twisted Metal type of itch. So here's to hoping this will be really good, but I think it will be. But the synopsis does come out to say, entertain the crowds by bringing controlled chaos to the vehicular combat arena of this metal-crunching multiplayer game. Pick one of 16 superstar competitors, then leap into 4 game modes using timing, tactics, and skills to cause carnage behind the wheel or create havoc with your parkour skills. Perfect your character's abilities, including a hero vehicle unique to them, to give you the edge in free-for-all battles or team challenges and become Global Destruction Federation champion. The game also supports PS5's Game Help feature as well, giving you hints and tips to become the ultimate destructive machine without the need to leave the game. So, apologies for the voice crack. Apparently, I'm still going through puberty here. But yeah, no, it looks really good. Check out the state of play on that. I think you'll be surprised, especially if you do have a PlayStation, or if you don't, check it out. But it does look really good. Excited to see what happens. The game will be ongoing as well. They'll be coming out with new characters after even the 16 that's there, new cars, new maps, modes, all that stuff. So it does have like 4 modes right out the gate that you can do, and they'll explain what those do. But super interesting, really is. So all 3 of these games, super peaked, super hyped for all these. Can't be happier for this month. So you still see in the comments, some people are like, all mad about it still. You can't, even with a month like this, it seems like you can't please anybody in this community sometimes, but it is really good. And compared to some other months, way better. I really haven't seen PlayStation Plus being lackluster to me. There has been some off months for sure where you're like, dang it, I already have that game or not. But that happens, but usually they're pretty strong. So, right now, just an FYI, if you do have PlayStation Plus, you can get Ghost Recon Breakpoint, for $8.99, which is a heck of a steal, just for the base game there. So I'm thinking about trying to put that, but how much longer can I make my backlog? It's getting a little ridiculous, but I still would like to for $9. It's still a solid game, especially with the updates that came up with that, but I just wanted to throw that out there. And then just a friendly PSA reminder to go ahead and download your previous month's PlayStation Plus games, because that is Tomb Raider, Shadow of the Tomb Raider, yep, Shadow of the Tomb Raider, had to remember myself for a minute, Maneater, which is the shark game, as well as, man, off the top of my head, I can't remember. This is horrible. Horrible. But I thought it was another one. Oh yeah, and Greedfall. I didn't look it up, I swear. So all 3 of those I thought were really good. I mean, the most lackluster of the Tomb Raider games, but it's free. So all 3 of those games were also solid. So download those before February 2nd hits. That's when those will disappear and these new games will show up. So what do you guys think? Are you happy with for the Xbox side of things? We have one. Are you happy with the games with gold? What you have for there? PlayStation side of things, are you happy with what you got this month? Were you happy last month? I think they've been killing it as of late personally, but I think those are great games. So let me know. Again, everybody's support means so much. Again, steady growth, it means so much. It really does. So thank you again. I can't say it enough. I can't say it enough every video, but thank you. So that'll wrap this up. Be sure, if you can, to help support the channel though, leave a like, leave a comment of any kind if you can, and subscribe, and go ahead and turn on those post notifications. That way you don't miss a video if you do get pretty busy and you're just unaware. And then of course I do have the Discord link linked in the description below, so go ahead and try to utilize that. If for some reason it's off or doesn't work, I think I tested it and it works, but if it doesn't, let me know. I'll be happy to fix that. But we do have that Discord family there just starting. But thanks again so much, and we'll see you guys on the next Xvault gaming video. Take care.